disrespectful if you refer to it as gypsy. You would want to say Romy or something like that. Romy, sorry. Okay, let's get started. I had my cards and I don't know what I did with them, so give me 1 second. Okay. I think I might be settled, you guys. Sorry about that. I love when my counterpart's here because she helps me not be so crazy. So let's go ahead and pull a tarot card. Ooh. All right. Let's pull one more. Ooh, I'm kind of scared. Okay, so some of you all right now are kind of going through a transformation. The first card that came out was the Magician. Now, I refer to it as you are putting things into higher power. You've been doing your practice. You've been putting yourself out there. And what that tells me is you're leaning into your natural power. You are leaning into that higher light, that higher you. A lot of us have been doing that for a while now, and some of us are thinking, when is this going to change? When is this? You're doing it. And Spirit is telling me that, you know, you're getting there. So don't give up. Okay. Another card that came up is the Justice card, and this was also in reverse. I know a lot of people do not read the cards in reverse. I myself was taught, or I trained myself to do so. So, with that being in reverse, what I want to say is that a lot of us felt like Lady Justice was passing us by, or we have people that have, you know, done us wrong, and we felt like that wasn't taking place. So that karma is, I am being informed now that that karma has now gone to those people, and that justice has now started to take place. Now, the next card, what that tells me is a lot of you have a blessing that's coming in. Now, this is the Page of Pentacles. Everybody reads differently. I read intuitively. Now, with the Page of Pentacles, what I want to tell you is you have some type of a blessing coming in. You have a money blessing coming in. But this is also coming in because of the simple fact that you've done your work, you've done your job, and your higher power is gifting you something saying good job. Okay? All right. Now that we got that out of the way, so I did write some stuff down because I do forget things sometimes. So again, we were going to go ahead and do the, what would you call it? We were going to do our haunted ghost stories and stuff like that, but my lovely counterpart, Nina, is not here today, and I didn't want to leave we didn't want to leave our lovely viewers hanging. So, I thought I'd just go in, do a quick touch up on some, either you guys can call it roaming magic, or I was taught Gitana. You work with your Gitana spirit. You can say gypsy. A lot of people say that gypsy is not a good word to use. I've always respected them. I've respected their magic. That is something that I first started with when I first started diving into my actual stuff. So, common themes and practices with this type of theme. I always instruct people to start with divination. You know, if you've done the work and you start with that, divination is a big thing. Now we're talking tarot cards, crystal balls, palmistry, tea leaves. I do all of those. Okay. Another thing that I want to mention is there's a lot of candle reading, candle wax reading. I I'm really good at candle wax reading. I've met a few people that actually know the practice, but that came to me through my Gitana practice. Okay? Cards, you guys, we sell cards in the shop. This is one of my favorite decks, and the reason for this is because it reads so smoothly. No, it's okay. Unless, yeah. You wanna? I was thinking I wasn't gonna be able to answer any questions, guys. We usually have two phones. So let me see. Hi, Susie. Is it hard to hear? Let me see if we can turn it up. She says it's hard to hear. Yeah. Hopefully that's not too bad. Hey guys, let me know if I need to go over anything. Susie, I hope that that's better. Okay, it says that the microphone is going in and out. The audio is not loud. Sound. Give yourself to God. Thank you, Betsy Rivera. Appreciate that. If you don't like our channel, don't watch. I couldn't see the comments, guys. We normally work off of two phones. All right. Happy Friday. Hello, everyone. Hi. All right. So hopefully you guys can hear that. Hopefully that's better. Let me know. I'm looking at the chats now.
The sound's kind of low.
Is it better?
No. We're gonna have to put your phone closer.
Dang.
Okay, I can hear it now.
Okay. All right. So I guess we got it. That's funny. It's a good thing my counterpart isn't here because she probably would have went off. Anyways, I guess we'll be like Jesus and turn the other cheek, y'all. We'll turn the other cheek. Anyway. Okay, so let's start again. What I commonly refer to people to do is divination practice. This is one of the easiest ways that you can help build your spiritual practice. Again, cards. You guys, cards are amazing. I've probably been reading the cards since I was about 9 years old. My mom actually started it. My mom was actually really cool growing up, you guys. She was very open with things, and she never really tried to heater anything that I did. So thank you, Mom. I know we have our moments, but thank you. I appreciate you more than you know. Another thing, like I said, the crystal ball. Now, what I want to tell people with any type of divination, just because you can't work one doesn't mean you shouldn't try another one. Okay? Everything is different for the person. Everything is a different spiritual practice. Let's see. I can work the cards, I can do the crystal ball, I've done palmistry, I do tea leaves. It's a little bit more of a longer practice, so I've seen a few people online that actually do tea leaves, which is great. Let's see. Sorry, I'm doing it on the lot because I'm kind of looking at stuff. The crystal ball. Does anybody have any questions on that? So with the crystal ball, what I would like to say is a lot of times it's just you're peering into the ball and you have spirits that come through or you see shapes and things like that. With palmistry, I know a lot of people have been taught differently than the way that I was taught. I don't see any wrong way to do things, especially if you're reading intuitively. Each line in the hand is different. Now the lines in the hand, people read the feet as well. I've even heard of people reading the backside. I don't do that, but I've heard that it's actually pretty accurate. So, the hands and the lines in the hands are a little bit different. They're more prominent. You're a lot less likely to stray from what's in the past because this is more permanent and set. Tea leaves. What can I say about the tea leaves? So basically, if you were at the jungle room a couple weekends ago, I did do tea leaf readings. What I had to do is put some tea in a cup. It's a lot different if you do it in a shop because you got the fancy cup and then I have you take a couple sips, you dump it out, you twist it, and I pour into the cup and I look for the shapes and things like that. Each shape, depending on where it falls, all of that has a meaning to it, a divination. I can tell you if you're going to travel or your job, you got a lover coming, different things. With that, it's kind of what comes through. The same with the crystal ball. Whereas the cards, if it's your first time getting some type of divination done, cards are great. Cards are really great because you can ask specific questions. You can also just do like a general layout, or if you know what you want to ask, you can go based off of that. So, okay. Another thing with Gitana Magic, what I'd like to say is they were very big on protection magic, okay? We're talking charms, amulets, um, spoken blessings to ward off the evil eye or any type of misfortune. Now, you guys, if you've been watching us, you know that we always say words are power. Words are power, and it is something that you put out there. Okay? You want to put that feeling out there. It's like when you grow up with a mainly Catholic family, you know, they'll be the friend of the cross as you leave out the door, or things like that. Just old school healing stuff. You know, when you're sick and they come to you and they sing to you, that type of thing. When women are giving birth, you know, in the old days, they would sing over them. They would rub their belly. They would help bring that new life into the world. So that is protection magic. These are wonderful things. Charms, charms, you guys. The little bag that I wear around my neck. A lot of Hispanics know about this. You know, it's a protection bag. So, yeah. Um, Funny thing, earlier when I was preparing and setting up, my ring broke. We would take that as a piece of my protection. Thank you. You know, we honor that protection and then we get rid of it. And then we probably don't buy more because apparently we need it. Um, let's see. Does anybody have any questions on that? Sorry, I can see now, guys. I can see now. Here we go. Another thing that is very popular with Gitana Magic is healing and cleansing. Now again, you guys gotta remember that a lot of this is root work. This is stuff that has been passed down from generations, from families. A lot of people see, you know, Gitana is just, they were just gypsies. But you have to remember that there was a whole line of people here that migrated. You know, some of them from like Europe, some of them from the Mediterranean. You know, these were practices that they were taught. It was born into them. So they grew up with it and it continued down the line. And some of them were very nomadic. They moved around. Because of that, they got a lot of bad names for it. But they continued their practice. You have to remember if you do certain things, a lot of times they say nature is the best. And so a lot of them, I feel the same way. You can't just not be in nature and not feel okay. Now, let's see. So back to the herbs. Very popular herbs that I know of were rue. They were sage and bay leaves. Bay leaves are very widely used now. We use them for all kinds of things. We use them for manifestation. We use them to rid ourselves of any ugliness. Sage, you know, growing up native, we use sage a lot, all the time. Now, I was introduced to rue mostly when I had heard of it. It was folk magic, or root work, but I had never really used it in my practice until I came into the shop. And Cece, who is our shop owner, was like, Miranda, try the rue. I swear it works better. And you know what? Sad to say, but it really does. If you really want to cleanse some stuff out, it's great. Now, there's also, you didn't just do like the herbs. Water. You guys, water is very, very big. I tell a lot of people, especially during the time that we are right now, water is something that you want to give your spirit. It's something beautiful. It's something whole. Happy Friday. Thank you guys for letting me know. bear with me. If I have to go over it again, I so will. Water. You guys can give your spirit water. You can put water on your altar. You can use water in your regular practice. I know a lot of witches that will buy those glass jars with the crystals in them, and they will empower their water through the crystals. I've done that myself. Please, if you choose to do that, make sure your crystal is not toxic and you're just dropping some random crystals in your drink, because that's a quick way to get yourself penalized. So don't do that. Make sure you do your research, you know what you're doing. They have some that are really, really cool now, so it never actually touches the water itself. Husbands that have witchy wives, you guys know what we're talking about. We do that. We do that too all the time. So. Yeah. Fire. Fire is a very, very big thing that we use for cleansing here in the shop as well. Again, root work, ancestral magic, you guys. Not just Gitana magic, but ancestral magic. Fire. Fire can be used to burn things out. It can be used to cleanse, purification, that type of thing. Now, I know that some people will sit around fire. I know that there is a particular person who goes to have fire cleanses. They are amazing. We're starting to talk about offering them in the shop. So if you're interested, hit girls up, let us know. And we're thinking we might do one or two before it gets too cold to do it. Now, another thing with Gitana magic is simple bolt charms or sachets. I can't talk. Satchels, right? Guys? Or no? Like this. Protection. This is definitely protection. Now, flowers, coins, ribbons, you know, these are things that were very simple. They were used as full charms. This had to do a lot of times with love and lust. Now, I will tell you, I know a lot of people that have actually heard of taking a ribbon and putting it on your ring. You know, I don't know if this is going to work. But actually, let's not try it. I'll try my other one. This was my wedding band, guys. Okay, and you want to say the man's name like 9 times, and depending on which way it'll work. I know people use this as a divination tool to find out what kind of babies you're having, if you're having boys or girls. Again, this could be used somewhat as a pendulum. If you don't have one, take one of your regular rings. I know to find out if you're going to get married, you want to take your mother's wedding ring and put it on a piece of string, preferably red, if you are doing anything with love magic. Okay? Oh. All right. So, there is a spell. If you guys are interested, I can probably post how to do that later to find out if you're going to be with somebody. I did it and ended up with my ex. That's probably not a good idea. Anyway. Coins. You guys, I know a lot of people that actually wear coins. You have coins that are especially stamped or that have special seals in them. We can use them for love. We can use them for protection. That type of stuff. And again, ribbons. Ribbons are very big. Now, the reason ribbons are as big as they are is because in the old days, a lot of times, women would wear ribbons on their dress. They would wear them on their hair. They would carry them on their person. This has to do with energy, you guys. The energy of things has to deal with the ribbon. Okay. Another big theme that I want to say with any type of Gitana magic is, or any type of ancestral magic really, is honoring your ancestors. You guys honor them, put up an altar for them, especially since we're getting so close to Dia de los Muertos. It all has to do with going back to honoring your ancestors. Now, the reason that we do honor our ancestors are people that came before us. These people, again, I'm a very big person. I don't believe that we walk this path alone. I believe that, you know, there's people that have came before us. There's going to be people that are walking alongside of us. And there's definitely going to be people that will come after us. So, you know, honor them. Leave some water, leave some alcohol. Tobacco is a great offering. That's what I have been taught myself. Coins are great as well. Just make sure you know what your ancestors like. I have done, food offerings, which is another very big thing, not just in root work, but in Gitana Magic as well. We work with honoring our spirits, honoring our ancestors, asking for protection, asking for guidance. A lot of times with ancestral magic or Gitana ancestral magic, this is something that is done alone, you know, behind closed doors, because you're trying to connect with spirits that have passed that, continue to walk with you, spirits of our loved ones. So this a lot of times is done behind closed doors, it's done through food offerings, drink offerings. I know that when people pass, they do. I don't know that it's widely done now, but I was informed before that it was done quite a bit before. Now, where they would have the body out and they would celebrate it. You would drink with the body, you would eat food with the body. It was very prominent, and this was believed to celebrate their spirit before they're committed into the earth. So, I know some other cultures that do it, but since we're talking about Gitana magic, we're going to stick with the Gitana. Now, if you guys have any questions, I can kind of see your chats now, so let me know. Hopefully you're still watching. All right. So I did prepare a little spell that I would like for us to do here. It's talking about cleansing and releasing. Sorry, guys. We are going to want to take.
That you had the baby in your arms. I didn't see you put it over there.
We are going to want to take a rose quartz. This one's one of mine, but we do sell them in the shop if you're interested. I very much one with me a lot, actually. Probably should have been carrying it last night. So let's move this over. I don't know how long this has been going for, probably for not very long. You're going to take a plain white candle. I normally prepare the candles before. You don't have to do this, it's not specific. Moon water or spring water if you can get it. Now the reason that we use moon water is because it's charged by the moon completely different. Spring water, they believe that spring water is great because it had to go through different elements in the earth, and it's cleansed and it's healed. And it's also good for, I use it a lot of times for cleansing. I was taught to do it for cleansing. I know a lot of people drink it, especially if they're going into something you feel like it's going to be somewhat of a battle or somewhat of a hardship for you. Now the reason for that is because it's had to make its different channels throughout the earth and things like that. So that's why we like spring water, because it's already been, again, cleansed and purified and gone through everything within the earth. The earth is very healing, you guys. So I always tell people, you know what, go to nature. Go sit on the ground. I sit on the ground. You'll find me in the shop freaking out, sitting on the ground. You'll find me at home freaking out. I'm sitting on the ground. Now, so you're going to take moon water. I have moon water here. You are going to pour some in a glass. Let me see, you guys can see. We are going to take some salt. You can use whatever kind of salt you have. I was lucky enough to have some sea salt here. Now what we're going to do, since this is a healing spell, it's healing and kind of releasing, it's healing. do I move forward? I will tell you. With everything that I've done with you guys, grief is a SOB. Okay. And it will knock you down. And other times you think you're going to be great. Grief is a healing process and it's different for everybody. So if someone is trying to heal from that, it's heavy. It gets really heavy sometimes. So that's why I thought I should post this spell as well. Or you just need to let go of some ugly stuff in your life. Now what you're going to do, you're going to say, as you put the salt in, by salt and flame, I cleanse all pain. What's heavy now shall fade again. We're going to take a bay leaf. You can use a bay leaf. You can use a different type of leaf. If you want a green leaf, I'll pick this one. I think that's a good size. You are going to take this leaf, and this leaf, you are going to close your eyes, and you're going to hold it in your hand, and you are going to talk to it like you're talking to an old friend. Okay? And as you're talking to it like it's an old friend, you're going to tell it everything. Now you can open your hands like this and whisper into it. Remember that your breath, your hands, we're all tied to the earth. So all of your things, you'll often see me blow on my cards, depending on the questions, you get the answers, those type of things. You can blow into yourself, okay, after you speak your words. And you can say them out loud, you can do them quietly. So I will go ahead and do mine a little bit longer. Now, as you have this, you are going to take this leaf and you're going to dip a part of it into the water. Okay? Doesn't matter how you do it. You just go like that. If you want to stir it, you're more than welcome to. Now, depending on where you feel like you're carrying this, some of us carry it in our hearts, a lot of us carry it in our heads. You can place it to your head. You can place it to your heart. And then you are going to say to this leaf, a leaf of green, calm and kind, take my sorrow, ease my mind. In still water, peace I find. You are going to tie the ribbon around this leaf. And you can do it however you like. Okay. Let's try and do it like this. While you're doing this, you want to imagine that you're trying your spiritual healing into motion. Now with you tying this is now your charm, okay? You can carry this with you. You can place it on your altar. Normally what I would do is, because I like to bury shit in the earth anyway, I would take it and bury it under a tree. Okay. So there's our little charm. You're going to want to snuff the candle. I know a lot of people tell you to blow out the candle. I was always taught never to blow out the candle. I was always taught to snuff the candle. Do not use saliva if possible. If you have a candle snuffer, those are great. If you have a big candle and you can sing over it, okay. So that's our I wanted to go over some tools real quick, and then we'll go ahead and end the live. It's going to be a short one tonight, guys. Sorry, it's just when it's just you and you're trying to do stuff. It's crazy, and for some reason my phone is not working the best. So, a lot of tools that have been known to work or that they use is red ribbon. I have usually a ton of red ribbon because again, it is root work, it is healing, ancestral work, Gitana work. Red ribbon is used for a lot of these different things. It's good for protection and it's good for luck. Another tool, again, ancestral, you guys, as well as the Gitana, is egg and water sponges, candles. Colors really do make a difference, but if you are unable to obtain a certain color, a specific color, you guys can always use a white candle and it kind of substitutes for other things. Now, it does make a difference, but if you have to, go ahead and use white candle. Don't. Herbs that are popularly known and regularly used with Gitana magic again is rue, basil, bay leaf. Basil and bay leaf are completely different. You guys don't get twisted. I did at one point in time. Again, if you ever come into this shop, you're gonna know that there isn't anything none of us have done that is not ridiculous. Sometimes we just have moments, and that's okay, and that's why we're here to help each other. Rosemary and mugwort were very, very popular. Okay. Now another thing that is also believed to carry prosperity and deflect curses, as well as placing a curse on it and giving it to someone that you are wanting to have things happen to you. You can curse a piece of coin or some jewelry, leave it in that person's car, their truck bed, that type of thing. Not that I've done that. Okay. These ones usually believed to carry, prosperous energy. Coins are very prosperous. Don't let them get like icky though. You guys kind of clean them off, mix them off. Recharge them and place them where you need to. If you have to take those coins, let wherever you're leaving them, let them know I'm keeping these. They'll be replaced. Thank you for them, type of thing. Always show gratitude. Since we don't really have anybody on or anything like that, I'm going to go ahead and close for tonight. If you guys have any questions or comments, please direct them to our Gmail, which is aasb@gmail.com. If you are interested in coming into the shop, come check us out. We are here Tuesday through Saturday. If you're wanting reading, most of the time it's either me or Nina Marie, my lovely counterpart, who's not here unless we need to do things. No, just kidding. And we're usually here between 1 and 5, Wednesday through Friday, and on Saturdays we're only in the shop, usually from 1 until 4. But there's that. And then our Samhain ritual, you guys, is going to be this weekend. It's going to be on Sunday. We are going to do things a little bit different again because we're missing my Cornina. So she's good. She's having the time of her life. But yeah, she's fine. We miss her. So things will be done a little bit different. You can bring in, again, a plate to share. You can make a donation of $10. Again, the circle opens promptly at 6. If you want to be part of that, you need to be here at 6, okay? By 6. Not after 6, but promptly before 6. So you can participate in that. It's really cool. I would say, I highly recommend it for anybody, especially since we do a releasing ritual, which is great. I will be doing the channeling or readings indoors. If you're wanting that, please bring some type of a donation, something to help with the energy. A lot of times I know in the past they've asked people to bring pictures. You don't always have to do that, but sometimes it is helpful. Again, if you guys have any questions or anything, please hit up our email. And then what else are we going to say? I think that's it, guys. So sorry it's a short one, but I didn't want to leave you guys hanging, so I thought I'd cover a couple of things really quick. Next week, when Nina gets back, we're going to be talking about all the ghost stories and history of Utah. We'll go ahead and share some of our own. If you guys are interested in doing that, please go to our Gmail. Leave your haunted story. We're going to be picking them out. Those of you that do, we do take your story and we say it on live. We don't have to say names. If you do not want us to say your name, please describe that in the comments. Please just make it anonymous, and we will do that. Okay. So go share your ghost stories. Go hit up our page, but mostly share your ghost stories, you guys. We are wanting some direction here. We want you guys to participate with us. It'd be great. That's why we have the email. So, with that being said, we are very excited. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry about all the technical difficulties. Hopefully, I can post this later tonight and it won't be a problem. And I think that's it. So, have a good night, everybody. Have a fun witchy weekend.